mean, it's like you said. I mean, you make them and you miss them, and I think it's a lot of power in being able to live with the success of it and the failure of it. And tonight was no different. We had a chance to tie the game for us overtime. I pushed it up, and I kind of felt like he was going to try to foul me, but the clock was down. I was just trying to get to a position where I can get a comfortable look, and I did, and it just didn't go in.
How would you describe your emotion about going 0 for 9? Missing that.
It's not my first time going 0 for 9 or 10. I've done it a few times in my career. I don't think opening night is a night that you want it to happen, especially in a game you lose by 3. You can't help but think if I would have went 3 for 9 or 4 for 9, it's a completely different game because if those shots go in, maybe I don't miss the next ones. It's a completely different night, but it happens. It's a part of the game. I didn't make one tonight, but it's 1 out of 82, and I'm gonna continue to be me and shoot the same shots.
Overall, I know the preseason's so different. So with it being the first game with Chauncey and implementing all this new stuff, how do you guys feel? Where do you feel you are in what you want to execute this season?
I think we did a lot of things well, and we had a lot of breakdowns, that we've talked about and that we've had during the preseason. Specifically, we handled the pick and roll, and then our help was there. And then once they got to the weak side and they got the ball out of the pick and roll, we had some breakdowns and guys got hot. They saw it go in once and twice, and then they started to believe from 3-point. But I felt like that was a huge part of the game. We shot almost even free throws. We got the same amount of attempts up. Close in turnovers. Everything was close, but I feel like, just allowing them to get hot from 3, and we didn't shoot the ball great from 3. Specifically myself, that didn't help.
What do you think about the way you guys played in the fourth quarter, weather the storm, down 18, come back, got a shot to tie it?
That's who we are. I think that's one thing about our team that's always remained. Regardless of what the score is, what the situation is, we fight to the end. We play to the end, and today was no different. And we had an opportunity at the end. We came up short, but I think if we're better, in parts of the first 3 quarters, we might not even be in those situations and might not even need such a great effort to come back. Because when you dig out of a hole that deep, it's hard to get over the hump. And usually you fight back and it's an interesting game, but you come up short. And then you had those few times where I might make that shot, and then we go to overtime and we pull one out, and everybody's talking about how great of a comeback win it was. But when you put yourself in that position for the first 3 quarters of the game, most of the time you fight back and you come up short.
Yeah, typically, how long does this hurt for you, or how long does it stick with you?
When I was younger, I would be really, really bothered by it. I'd say my first 3-4 years, I would be really bothered by it because it wasn't just like I missed the last shot. I missed a lot of shots that I felt like I should have made. So it would stick to me or stick with me longer when I was younger. And now it's just like I played enough games to where it's like I move on to the next one. Obviously, I'm going to watch it and see what we could have done better as a team. I felt like I was shooting the ball how I always shoot it. It felt good coming out of my hands. It's just part of the game to miss. As I've gotten older, I let it roll off much easier. In the ride home, I'd probably be like, damn, I missed 9 out of 9. That's crazy, but it happens. I probably made 25 in a row this morning during shoot-around, and I actually, in my head, I was thinking like, man, whenever I shoot good in the morning and shoot good pregame, those are the games that I don't make a lot of shots. So it's crazy that it actually happened. Like me and DV used to always talk about that, but I'll be fine, like I said, and then we move on to the next game.
Why have you found that it's better to handle it that way, to let it go instead of?
Just because earlier in my career, I had some stretches where it turned into a bad shooting stretch because I just started thinking about, why was I missing? I got to shoot it up higher. I got to do this, and you overthink it, and that just drags it out. But I stopped doing that, and I think that's why over the last 4 or 5 years, I have a bad shooting night here and there, but it's never in long stretches. I've been a lot more consistent with it. So tonight was just one of those nights.
Kind of like that adage, you don't let a game beat you twice, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I let it carry over, I ain't gonna show up at the facility tomorrow making 1,000 threes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go do my routine. I'm gonna get my work done in the cold tub, and go home to my family. So it'll be all good.
Two more questions, I'm interrupted.
What did you think about the play of the bench tonight, David? The play of the bench tonight, what did you think about it?
I mean, I thought guys came in with energy. I think it's, like I said, even about my shooting, it's just one game. You're always curious to see what it's going to look like, but I thought Ant came in and played well. I thought Cody brought energy to the game. Nas came in playing with energy. Who else? I mean, Larry, I thought everybody off the bench came in and played a solid game. But I think just collectively we had those breakdowns and, not enough consistency through that first 3 quarters for us to say we played well. You know what I mean? We couldn't put long enough stretches together, but I thought the energy was there. Everybody cared. You know what I mean? Nobody came in too cool or nothing like that. They just played a good game. We made some mistakes. We didn't play our best game, and we lost. So, that was that.
You guys are down, I think, 13 with about 5:58 to go. Then you pushed it, got to within 1. What clicked in that stretch for you guys?
I think it's natural for that urgency to kick in, when your back is against the wall. You down. It's like, what do we have to lose if we don't go all out right now? And the best teams, none of them just go balls to the wall for 4 quarters, but, they're just disciplined and solid for the entire game. And we put ourselves in a position where it was like we had nothing to lose, so we flew around a little bit harder. The referees didn't call it the bumps and maybe the slaps on the arm because we became the more aggressive team. And then we found ourselves right where we wanted to be. So, I think that was it. Anytime you get down like that and it's like you look up and it's like we could either just lay down and let the game go, or you can, try to make something miraculous happen. And we put ourselves in position and came up short.
When you guys got the steal underneath the basket and you laid it in, did you feel like something miraculous was brewing?
Well, after every play at the end of games, I'm always making up some shit that I think is about to happen in my head. So when I laid it up, I looked at Luke. He called timeout. I was like, all right, we down 1. We're going to foul. It's 11 seconds left. They're going to make one and miss one, and I'm going for game. Like, that's literally on my way to the bench. That was what I thought in my head. Like, we're going to foul. They're going to give us one. And then they won't be in position to foul us to make us go to the line, and I'm going to go for game, and that's going to be my 1-3. So, I mean, that was what I thought in my head, but it didn't go that way. So.
Didn't you do that in Chicago last year, too? You thought
Yeah.
you could get a good ball? And...
Yeah, I literally said we was down 5
Yeah.
in Chicago, side out of bounds. I was like, I'm going to make a 3. And I already told the team, don't foul, go for a jump ball. We actually got the jump ball, and then I hit another 3 for game. So it was like, but that was one of the 1 out of 20 times that I think something is going to happen, and it actually happened.
Just real quick, did it feel like you played 40 today?
It did.
Yeah.
I think I was in pretty good shape. They played a fast pace, and I came out and I was trying to give my best effort defensively, and that takes energy out of you. But like I said, I was in good condition coming in. I hadn't played a full game against Phoenix. I didn't play versus Golden State, so just playing in a full game, like an actual game, is different than practicing and getting workouts in and stuff like that. So I felt like I played a lot, but I did fine.